If you're a top 10 player ever, you're in the GOAT debate. So top 10, no order: Jordan, LeBron, Bill Russell, Kareem, Magic, Bird, Tim, Kobe, Shaq, Steph. And why those 10 players? In my criteria, and that's the thing about GOAT debates, there's no real criteria out there. In my criteria, it's all about championships. Why is that? And not rings, by the way, but just championships in the sense that you have championships and you have MVPs of any kind, whether it's finals or regular season. If you're a regular season MVP, you're gonna have all NBAs in the world, all the all-stars in the world. Very few MVPs don't have those things. In fact, no MVPs don't have those things. So to enter the club in terms of top 10, you gotta have 3 chips and 3 MVPs of any kind, any combo. So it can be 3 regular season, 2 finals, 1 regular season, whatever you want to call it. Only 10 NBA players in history have that, which is why I think they should be considered top 10. 3 chips and 3 MVPs of any kind. That's why Jokic isn't in there. That's why Giannis isn't in there. That's why KD is not there. That's why Tony Parker, even with 4 rings, is not there because he doesn't have an MVP. That's why Dwayne Wade is not there. You can't have everybody in there. Giannis has every MVP and defensive player of the world. All those things apply because you can add something unique factor to most of those players, right? Like Jordan's never lost. Tim has only lost once. Shaq was the most dominant of his time. Like each player, you can pick something about them that is obviously a very unique thing. I'm not even talking about style of play. I don't think style of play, while noteworthy, isn't GOAT criteria, because you talk about style of play, no one plays like Kyrie. He's probably the most skilled basketball player ever, according to most, or according to many, but he's not even remotely close to the discussion. And the thing is, there has to be a separating factor at some point.
Respectfully, you gotta pack Bill the fuck up. Only because I do like the criteria. To me, it matters to master the game or be a legitimately good player. Compared to other guys, Bill Russell is not that good. Respectfully.
I feel you. I just can't ignore somebody with 11 chips, though.
He was on a great team with a subpar league. They dominated, bro.
If we bump Bill, that actually makes it even more interesting. Because if we bump Bill, then somebody's fighting for that 10th spot, right? Who would it be?
Kevin Durant's in there for me. He's a top 10 player of all time.
But
Kevin
some will
Durant.
argue Jokic, some will argue Giannis. I'm just saying.
KD, Jokic, Giannis, Hakeem.
But you see my point. The moment you open it up, it turns into pure chaos. Because you can make a point. I mean, all the guys with 2 rings, you could run the list. Like, I mean, Zeke was amazing. Hakeem, of course. Dwayne Wade got 3. I mean, he was never MVP, but was a great player in this league. The whole point is we have to have a criteria to have a discussion, because not ESPN, not FS1, not any sports outlet has ever said, okay, this is the criteria for top 10. FanspectiveTV with Kilo and Delroy are doing it for the first time. Unless somebody else has a better idea, come holler at me. But I haven't seen one. And I had to pick a criteria that only 10 players in NBA history qualify for. And that's it.
Let me highlight that your criteria does make sense, and for what it's worth, I appreciate it, because the framework of the GOAT conversation is all over the place. I agree with you for putting together some type of parameters around why somebody can or cannot be the GOAT. We appreciate that for sure. I think the conversation is always going to be fluid because there's so many things that can go to it, that can contribute to it. Kilo, you're a basketball player. I hooped all my life. Frank, you hooped all your life. You got folks that, play basketball all around the world. They see the game differently. That's what makes the game unique. So like, you might say somebody's a GOAT, and like, which is why I don't use the word anymore. Because it's like, you say GOAT, and it's like, man, like, to you, it could be anybody, and you're right.
Yeah, and that's the reason for a framework. That's why you do go against it, because you can't have life without some sort of parameters. There's certain jobs you can't apply for if you don't have certain things on your resume. Whether or not you get the job is a different story. But you have to be eligible for something in order to even get the look. It's like you have to have a bar. And there's players that we love. I love Dwayne Wade. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, he's one of my favorite players ever. He's not eligible. I'm sorry. He's not. 3 chips, okay, but did you get any MVPs though? No, you did not. Yes, you had 1 finals MVP, but you did not get 3 finals MVPs. You did not get a regular season MVP. No matter how great you were, you did. So you weren't the best player on the championship team in the 3 championships that you were in. And with Giannis, prior to that championship run, honestly, prior to that championship run and also surrounding that championship run, you barely get out the second round. You barely get out the second round. As great as you are, you barely, Jimmy Butler knocked you out the playoffs in the second round a couple of times. So Giannis, the thing is, you have the accolades, so we have to acknowledge him. But we're not talking GOAT at all until you have at least 3 champions. We're not, Giannis. I'm sorry. Jokic, you're the best player in the NBA today. You are. You've been the best player in the NBA for probably 4 or 5 years. But at some point, we're going to look back like, damn, and you only got 1? That's what separates this legacy criteria for it. You got to get at least 3 to even get into the discussion. I'm sorry. And the guys who's closest are the guys with 2 who are active. KD, Kawhi. Y'all have 2 already. If KD makes a championship run and wins as a finals MVP, the whole discussion changes.